Yo, what's going on, everybody? Wyatt Hurts here, back with a little bit more of my Battlefield 4 multiplayer content and getting it up here on the channel. And again, as I promised, or as I mentioned, I said I might get some more Scout Elite action up here for this weekend. Make it a Scout Elite weekend, make it a double shot weekend, and that's what I've done. 2 more rounds of Scout Elite action. Both of them are going to be TDM. And both of them are kind of that vanilla 100 tickets to win TDM. So they're both relatively short rounds. It'll all fit nicely into this video, hopefully. And you can see we're on a new map here on the channel. This is a Zavod 311 or 311. It's like this this Russian tank manufacturing building or area, you know, factory. That makes sense. It would be a factory, wouldn't it? Yes. Anyway, I make a run for this rooftop, drop the tugs, and start going to town. You know, look at put down the first man over there, and look at this ballerina up here on the rooftop across the way, Brezhnikov. You know, since well we're going up against the Russians, so you know, up there doing a dance, up there in the godly rays. You know, just having a grand old time. Doing some skipping and some, well, just some ballerina activities. Doing some stretching, and I had to put him down for looking the fool. Anyway, so I'm not the only one up here. The team has charged this rooftop pretty thickly, and it's wise getting up here if you're a sniper rifle, or up on the other rooftop where you know, Brezhnikov was doing his dance of death. And you can see, I mean, look at all the stuff we've got down here. There's about 4 guys up here. Unfortunately, none of them are actually in my squad, you know. And what they have dropped there are radio beacons. They act as mobile spawn points for the team, actually only for their squad mates. And since none of them are actually in my squad, I can't actually put those radio beacons to use. So that's unfortunate, but you can see I'm doing some pretty stellar sniping, you know, a little bit of stellar sniping. That one headshot I got on that one guy where I just kind of sliced the crosshairs across him and popped that trigger, you know, popped the round out, pulled the trigger just at the sweetest, the most opportune of moments, and put him down with a great headshot. I mean, those are the shots that I love, because it takes a little element of luck as well. I mean, there's some skill that goes into it, but there's more luck, I think, at this point for me than skill going into shots like that. But when you hit them, it's really satisfying. Anyway, that Pixel there, he a great shot. You know, he made a great charge up here. If there were perhaps not 4 of us up here to kind of keep him occupied, he may have actually taken me down and claimed this roof for himself. In fact, you know what? We had the hatch closed, you know, before when he first made his charge, so he would never have actually gotten up here, but he certainly could have, you know, taken me out. He had me all the way down to 1% health with that one shot that he connected with, and if I hadn't had the team, you know, to kind of step over to the edge as well and draw his fire so that I could, you know, kind of do this little minor flank on him and put him down. You know, collectively the team did some damage on him. I wasn't the only guy that hit with a shot, so I think I was just the one lucky enough to finish him off. Anyway, basically what it comes down to is we stopped the charge. I don't like that hatch being open, unfortunately. I think there was a claymore here, but I'm pretty sure the guy that counter sniper who had been making a charge up here, the guy that he put down was the guy that dropped the claymore, and it disappeared when he respawned. So unfortunately, the hatch is still open, and we've kind of left our backside exposed up here. There's only 2 of us up here at this point, but I'm still getting a couple kills. I mean, there comes another snipe in. Pretty nice, a little double shot. I think I got him in the knee on that second round, but it was still worth putting him down. You know, any kill's a good kill, basically. You can't say that a kill is not a good kill. Anyway, I start taking some serious fire. That shot did quite a bit of damage, not as much as that last hit I took did. That one whittling me down to about 13%. And I get a little ballsy here. You know, I've been having a pretty solid run here as the sniper. I thought, well, I come over here. I'm untouchable at this point. I'll put this sucker down. I'll get the job done. You know, and unfortunately, it just doesn't work out that way. As Pixel comes back for some serious revenge, you know. He's getting a little payback in the process, just looking for a new angle, and he found it and put me down. So good on him there. Anyway, as I said, the other guys that had dropped those radio beacons on that upper level, I couldn't put them to use. I was actually considering swapping out squads, you know, between lives, just so I could take advantage of those radio beacons. But I thought, you know what, I'll just make the run on the ground, try and maybe post up in a new location, maybe do a little bit of mobile sniper work here, see if I can get those candid iron sights into action. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay off for me as I try to chase this guy down, get within range of him, and I lose him here. I lose him, and I think perhaps he got gunned down by one of my teammates, you know, as he rounded the corner and went into the other warehouse. And I get over here, I see a little bit more action, and just as I start getting him lined up, I take this shotgun blast in the back, which startled me a little bit, but it wasn't long before Space Waffle sighted me and put me down, gunned me down. So that really didn't pan out well for me, you know, getting down on the ground level. I'm considering going back up to the rooftop at this point, but well, while I make my run to my next location, let's take a look at the weapon. Scout Elite, as you should be well aware at this point. It's basically set up the same as the second video in yesterday's double shot, you know. So we're looking at that 8x zoom rifle scope. Canada iron sights are on there, and the straight pull's in there as well. What the straight pull, if you're unaware, what it's allowed me to do is it will allow me to pop a new round into the chamber without actually having to zoom out with the scope. So it'll, you know, you can get that next. It means it's simply it translates into me being able to get that next shot off a little bit faster, you know, since I don't have to zoom out and zoom back in. It also gives me the opportunity to try and line up that shot, you know, because I don't have to actually zoom out. I'll still have that nice clarity, that nice zoom, and hopefully when that, while I'm putting the new round in the chamber, I'm actually lining up the crosshairs and getting ready to pull the trigger one more time, you know. So it's of great benefit having the straight pull on there. A nice little shot on that guy leading the target, you know, out there, the one looking the other way, the one we missed. Now I did I hit this one? I think I may have missed the target, but he knew he was taking a little bit of fire. I scare him, I rustle him out of fire there, with a little, or out of cover there with a shot, and get him running, and a beautiful kill shot on him to put him down, you know. Now he's got we got a little bit more activity down here on the ground level. You can see I've dropped the tugs, which basically stands for tactical what is it, unattended ground sensor, you know. It's got a 25-meter radius on it. It transmits enemy locations to both my mini-map and my teammates as well, you know. So it's a highly valuable little gadget, and it's persistent. It remains there through all my respawns, so long as it's not destroyed, and so long as I don't drop another one. But I did cover that in yesterday's video, so hopefully if you saw that, well, I'm just kind of repeating myself at this point, you know. So the match, I think, winding down at this point. Now this right here, I cannot believe this worked. I call this move the Louisiana ladder shuffle, and he stays alive. And the worst part was that I would have gotten him eventually had he not had his teammate backing him up, Jerry, down there on the ground, getting some great fire my way, putting me down, and saving his teammate's life in the process, and making me look the fool. You're making me look the fool. Losing my man or failing to get the kill because of that Louisiana ladder shuffle, and as it will be forever known from this point on. And goddamn, just a little bit of comic relief here for, I guess, the final few. The final couple minutes of this round, because I don't really do anything else, you know. Everything's fizzled off at this point. My reign of terror, you know, was where I actually, it took place, was up on that rooftop above me right now. But everything has been going downhill since I came off of there, and goddamn, it's not over yet. Again, this guy coming off the ladder, just kind of stopped short awkwardly. I was preparing for him to just kind of walk right into my crosshairs, right into the sweet spot, so I could put him down. And his buddy there, I don't know, must have come up another ladder. Maybe he was tracking me for a while up there on the rooftop. Sticks me with the blade, puts me down. It's not a great finish to the round, but an overall pretty good performance with the Scout Elite. The next round, however, that we get up here is my most recent footage, and you'll notice I think I was probably starting to really settle in. In fact, I am. I can confidently say that I'm happy to be wielding these sniper rifles, you know. Quite pleased. I'm glad whoever asked me to actually get some sniper rifle footage up here. There were a couple guys, but I'm quite grateful that you did now, because, you know, I'm through that frustrating part of trying to get good with these sniper rifles in this game, and things are starting to click, you know. And this being one of the weakest sniper rifles, my God, I can't wait to see what I can do with the other stuff now, you know. So anyway, there it is. It's a 10-4. It's not a bad round, not a great round. You know, sitting fourth on the team. These are small rounds, you know, so the numbers certainly have to reflect that. And it's recon work, so the numbers have to reflect that as well. But anyway, let's load up the next round. Here we go. We are revisiting Hainan Resort. Again, it's going to be Scout Elite action. There's only a couple things that have changed here, and it's in my gear. here. You know, the weapon is still set up the same, Canada Iron Sights, straight pull, and that 8x rifle scope on there. However, the C4 is gone, which never really even got any use the last round. It's been replaced by claymores. I've unlocked them now. So that goes down, and you see the tugs is still in there. I dropped it, so it's at work, working for both me and the team. I'm already tracking a target, come around the corner with my pistola. Some erratic fire there. He was making some erratic motions, though. So, but eventually I did put him down. And right there, followed up with a nice little double shot on this guy across the way and finish him off as well. Now, the other thing that changed, I did have those V40 mini grenades in the last round. I've since swapped them back. I thought they would be of benefit since I'm carrying the sniper rifle. I figured I would be at range quite often. Now this is actually good right here. I get put down by JJ Cool after he sidestepped my my Canada Iron Sight fire, but he does walk into that Claymore beautifully walks, and I had my fingers crossed while I was sitting there bleeding out that he would actually, you know, stumble across my explosives there, my set explosives, and he did. So that was beautiful, and I get a little LOL in there just to rub a little salt in the wound, you know. But anyway, we're getting back. What was I talking about? I was talking about the V40 mini grenades. I thought that they would be of benefit, you know, as the recon class. You figure you're going to be at range. You want the grenades that you can throw the farthest to put them to use. But often, when you want to actually drop a grenade, is when you're getting charged by some guy, you know, that you can't quite get a bead on. So I've swapped them out for the impact grenades so that they'll detonate that much faster. I can just kind of drop it at my feet if I'm getting charged or overrun, and just try and drop it at my feet, back up, get out of the blast radius as the thing explodes, and hopefully, you know, it will take out the guy that's giving me problems, right? Now, right there, you can see a couple of big assist kills, or big assist, major assists, right? And I get the points for that. That goes into my kill column, right? I pulled in a 97 on the second guy, a 90 on the first guy that I assisted, and with that exact same round where I got the 90, I also put down a kill. So that was a bit as close as you're gonna get, you know, to pulling in a full 2-to-1 with one round, or two kills for one, you know. So right there, a pretty lethal exchange between the two of us. Again, putting that one round into him, not enough to finish him off, and I'm forced to go to the sidearm. But just as I pop around into him to finish him off, he finished me off with a little. I think it was an assault rifle, little assault rifle fire. You know. Now right here, I dropped the claymore just to try and guard the hallway if anybody charges around here. Well, hopefully they're met with several ball bearings to the face, you know. And I come back out here. Unfortunately, we're never going to see if it's not going to be put into use as the enemy's spawn apparently shifted, and Anal Princess, who likes it from behind, apparently gets me from behind and spawns in behind me and puts me down relatively quickly there. Now coming right back in, we're charging this up this hillside. I start taking a little bit of fire. I love seeing that. I mean, it wasn't even that the full piece of wood came off of the park bench. Just a little piece got chipped out of the side there, you know, right in the center of it. So just beautiful little things. I like the little details like that, you know. But some great belly work there by me, you know, creeping and crawling underneath the fire, in a little bit of cover, and waiting from, you know, I knew my team was behind me. I knew eventually they would start to draw the fire of the enemy there, and you know what, I popped up and got a great little headshot on him. Now putting down Bitter Irony there with a sniper round into the back, and then followed up with some really accurate pistol fire, quick rounds that found the mark and put him down. And I decide I'm going to try and set up here, you know, so that the tugs goes down so I have good intel coming to my mini map. I also get the claymore down to guard my right flank, that corner at my right flank. And I decide I'm going to try and work this area. As I said, I don't really work it very well. You know, that one shot on the guy that was coming down the stairs that I missed, I mean, that the 8x zoom for that type of range is just a little bit too much. It's a little bit more than I like. But that was really nice. Put down Bitter Irony as he came charging around, grenade in hand, put him down with the pistola, and then go straight to the Scout Elite for a really quick kill on the guy at range, you know. So I got a couple of decent kills here. I start to see some activity creeping up behind us on the mini map, and I'm getting set up for it. I'm already on Canada Iron Sights. I do hit, but it wasn't enough. It only put him down to 7% health. Luckily, I got I pulled in another 93 points for that major assist there. And at least I got to watch him fall, you know. So it was unfortunate. Just got a little overwhelmed back there. Didn't have enough of my team in the kind of right in the area where I needed them to be, and just got put down. I may have done quite a bit of damage had the very first guy that I shot at not had I actually put him down with that Canada Iron Sights shot, but well, we'll never know. We'll never know. Anyway, this guy was doing some great running, a great little approach, avoiding my fire. He just seemed to be cutting back in on his run pattern every time I decided I was about ready to line up the shot. And unfortunately, he fell to some heavy explosives from one of my teammates. So I think it was an M32 launcher, and he got put down. But right here, match winding down, and these shots that I'm taking, really not high percentage shots, was really just rushing it, looking for some last minute kill that I could pull in and add to my stats, but it didn't pan out. But I thought that round played out much better than the rest with the Scout Elite at this point. In fact, I led the team to victory here. I think I end up with a 14-4 when it was all said and done, when all those big major assists get tallied into the kill column, and those, like I said, they certainly add up. Now, we will take a look at the Scout Elite numbers here shortly. So there it is, 14-4, as I said. Really solid round with the sniper rifle for, a TDM vanilla 100 tickets to win round. Those are good numbers. And I was quite pleased with that. So anyway, let's take a look at the gun. Scout Elite. I said I'd get the numbers up, and we'll do this as quickly as possible. So it's the weapon right now, as it stands, we're looking at Canada Iron Sights. We're looking at that straight pull is on there, and we're looking at that 8x rifle scope, and none of those attachments are going to change the numbers. So this is basically just the basic numbers for the Scout Elite. And here they come. There we go right there. Damage, we're looking at 80. Accuracy, we're looking at 100, so that's pretty solid. The hip fire, we're looking at 30. Range is 50, which is a little weak. So was the damage, mind you. And that stability is only set at 10, but at one round, one shot at a time, that doesn't really matter. So, well, what can I say about this rifle? It's about the weakest. The only weaker rifle, sniper rifle, that's in there is called the FYJS, and it has all the same stats as the Scout Elite, except for the hip fire, rather than being 30, is 20 on that rifle. So this is really the second weakest sniper rifle available in the game, at least stat-wise, at least number-wise. And goddamn, well, I'm really starting to settle in with this one. So, I can't wait to see what I can do with one of those other bolt-action sniper rifles in my hands, So, again, I guess that's about it. When you're looking for the rifles, and I should actually discuss this. When you're looking to get a sniper rifle, you're looking for damage, you're looking for range, and we're looking at 80 damage on this, whereas most of the other sniper rifles in there have damage ratings of 100. The range on this one really weak. It's sitting at 50. It seemed that the average was about 70 to 75. Some of them had some of the other rifles have ranges of 100. Some of them have ranges of 80, and it ranged down from 100 to about 60. The only other one at 50 was the FYJS, so I don't know. It just seemed a little weak, but I'm putting it to use. I'm making it work for me, and I can't wait to get into some more of those other sniper rifles. But I will keep a nice mix of all kinds of different content up here on the channel. We're just not going to see Scout Elite. We're not going to just see Recon Class. We'll see lots of different things, and just to keep it fresh, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you'll leave a like, a comment, sub to the channel if you're new around here and you haven't already. And until next time, remember why it hurts. Later.